What's up, guys? What's up? First live today. Basically, I've never really ever gone live. So if you guys are just hopping on, let me know if my audio is good. I want to make sure you guys could hear me and everything that I'm talking about. We're going live both on Instagram and on YouTube right now. But today, guys, I want to go ahead and kind of talk to you guys about how you guys could go and create your content to go viral almost every single time. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and be like, hey, man, like every single time you make a post, you're going to go viral, because that's just not the way it works. You know, it's quality over quantity, right? So the first things I want to talk to you guys about today is the key metrics to what it takes to go viral and what are the most important parts to going viral, right? So there's two metrics that matter the most, and I'm gonna explain to you why, right? So the first part is watch time, right? So how long someone is watching your video is the most important part, right? So that's what's gonna help you go viral and get the views and get Instagram or TikTok or YouTube to push your content to as much people as possible. Is how long someone is watching your video. For example, if you have a video that is 30 seconds long and you get somebody to watch the full 30 seconds, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they're gonna push that video, your content, out to more and more people because they're seeing that more people are enjoying that type of content, right? So watch time is key, right? The second thing is engagement, right? And now engagement, we're talking about likes, we're talking about comments, we're talking about shares, the whole 9 yards. And I have a ranking right here of which ones are most important, because there's certain engagements that matter and some that don't really matter too as much, right? So these two, watch time and engagement. Now let's go ahead and go over the rankings, right? And then I'm gonna open it up for questions too, guys. So if you guys end up having questions about any of this stuff, you guys could go ahead and ask me. Like I said earlier, we're going live on both YouTube and on Instagram. So any questions that come in, I'll go ahead and answer them for you guys as they come in. Let me know in the chat, guys, if you guys can hear me, if my audio is good too. But yeah, so the first thing you guys want to ask for, right, is here's the rankings from 1 to 4 on what engagements matter the most, okay? So we got number 1, we got to follow, right? So the main thing that you want your followers to do or your non-followers to do is to follow. So if someone sees a piece of your content, you want them to definitely follow you. That's the thing. Awesome, perfect. Thanks for letting me know, guys, about the audio. But yeah, so you want them to follow you, bro. The next metric that for engagement that you want them to do is share, right? So number 1 is follow. That's the most important part, right? You want them to become a follower because they're going to continue seeing your content as you drop. The next thing is to share, right? So you want to get them to share your content. This is another engagement that will signal to Instagram that people are liking your content and they're going to show it to more and more people, okay? And then the next one is comments. So you want to get them to comment, get engagement going on, build a community within your post, right? So that's number 3. And the last one, as you guys can see, is a like. So a lot of you guys, the one thing you guys are doing wrong right now is, oh, go ahead and like this video. Guys, like is at the bottom of the spectrum, right? Likes don't really do too much for your content. If you want your videos and your posts to go viral, you want to get them to follow and share. Those are the 2 main metrics. And here in a second, I'm going to show you guys how you could get them to do these things with this simple trick, right? So it goes follow, share, comment, and then like, right? So when I go my content, at the end of all of my videos, I say follow for more value, right? So I want to get anyone who is a non-follower to get to follow my page so that when I drop a new video, they could come back and see the new content. And this is going to signal right here to Instagram that people really like your content, so they're going to start showing your content to more and more people. And this goes not just for Instagram, guys, but for TikTok, YouTube, you name it, any platform that you guys are on right now. All these platforms, their key metric is watch time across the board. And I'm going to explain to you guys why watch time is the most important part when it comes to having the platform push out your content, right? So the way that YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, the way they get paid is through our attention, right? So the longer that we are on the app, the longer they get paid, right? So if someone is watching your content and the 100% of your content, a good length of your content, then that's going to signal to them that, hey guys, like this person really enjoys your content. This is what's going to keep them on the app. So they're going to continue watching your content and keep showing it to more and more people. So that's why watch time is the key metric. And this right here just signals that, hey, people, the engagement just signals to the platforms that this is what's going to get, that they're liking your type of content, and they're going to show it to that type of audience who's enjoying that content. So what I want to move on to right here is how to basically get more watch time on your videos, how to get more engagement, right? So I explained to you what the key metrics are and why it's so important, but how can we actually get these things to happen through our content, right? So the first thing is, how do you get more watch time on your videos? How do you get someone to watch the entire length of your video without swiping away? And what you guys got to understand is the attention span of people nowadays is really, really bad. So you got to keep them engaged in your content the whole time, or else they're going to swipe away, and which results you're not going to go viral because it is a signal to the platform that people are enjoying your content, right? So how do you get more watch time? There's a bunch of different things. So we got hooks, right? The first 3 seconds of your video is the most important part of your content. I don't care, like if there's anything you could take away from today's live, guys, is the hooks, right? You guys need to start having good hooks. If you don't get someone to stop scrolling and see your video those first 2 to 3 seconds, then the rest of your content does not matter, right? They're not going to see what you did at the end. So the first 3 seconds has to be an attention grabber. And I'm going to go ahead, if you guys are interested, you guys can comment, and I'll send you guys a list of 15 different hooks that are proven to work that will get people to stop scrolling and watch your content, right? So hooks. Right, the next thing is transitions. So every 1 to 3 seconds, there needs to be something going on in your screen. It can't be just a talking head like this. It needs to be something going on, a transition, right? So you need to have a transition every 1 to 3 seconds so that something's going on, there's something different, there's a change of scenery. The next thing is B-roll. So I don't know if you guys ever seen someone's video where they're explaining something, and then what they're explaining pops up as a video, right? That's B-roll. And if you guys are needing B-roll, there's a site that I use called Pexels.com. You could get any type of B-roll that you want there, regardless of your niche, regardless of what content you guys are putting out there. I promise you, Pexels is completely free. You guys can go on there and get any type of B-roll. And like I said, there needs to be something, one of these things needs to be happening every 1 to 3 seconds on your video in order to go viral, so that people are staying, their attention is still on your content the entire time and they don't swipe away. Also, text on screen. You guys see all those fancy captions that be popping up all the time? Well, you need to have that on your content, right? You need to have text. One thing that you guys probably don't know is that Instagram specifically, about 67% of people on Instagram watch their content, watch videos with the sound off, right? So you need to have text on there. And why? Because some people are at work, they're at school, whatever they're doing, where they can't really have their audio on, so they need to have text on screen. Why? Because if they see the text, they're still reading it, they're still on their phones at work or whatever, reading what's going on. So if you don't have text on screen, they don't know what's going on, they're going to swipe away, and that's someone's attention that you just lost, right? Which means your watch time overall is going to go down. So make sure you guys always have text on screen on your videos if you want to go ahead and get more views. Right? And the last thing is pop-ups. And this can be PNGs, photos, stuff like that. So if I'm saying, example, if I'm like, hey, do you want to go viral? I'm going to have something pop up of Instagram account who's gone viral right at that second. And just keep in mind, every 1 to 3 seconds, you need to have one of these changing. There needs to be something going on that's happening on your videos, whether it's a hook. I mean, the hook's the most important part. That's the beginning. But whether it's a transition, a B-roll, text on screen, on pop-ups, that needs to be going on every 1 to 3 seconds. Appreciate you, Reese, for tapping in, brother. And then engagement, right? How do we get people to engage in our videos, right? So we got the watch time. If you do this, I promise you will see a tremendous difference on the amount of views that you're getting when you're posting your content. Right? Now, how do we get more engagement? It's a simple call to action. If you guys don't know, by 80%, by having a call to action either at the end or in the beginning of your video, it gets people to do that action, right? And it's simple. You could literally just ask them to do what you're wanting them to do. If you're selling something, ask them to go buy. But what I would recommend, especially on the social media platforms, and just another hack for you guys, is the social media platforms never wants you to leave the app. Why? Because they get paid off your attention. They need to keep people on the app in order to get paid. So if you are constantly putting like story links or oh, click the link to go here, they're actually Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they're actually going to stop showing your content to more and more people because they're realizing, okay, as soon as somebody sees this content, they're leaving your platform, right? So you want to keep them on the app and cultivate an audience within the platform. For example, if you still want to get somebody to do something, instead of saying click the link, say comment this. And then you could hit them up in the DMs, sending them that link, right? But don't give them a link to leave the app. Keep them on the app for as long as possible, and your content will do a lot better, right? So having a call to action is very important, right? This is gonna help you get more engagement. Now, going back to the engagement rankings, again, I highly recommend that you ask them to follow, because that's more important than anything else, right? So call to action would be you give your content, whatever your content's about, and then at the end you could be like, also make sure to follow for more tips and tricks to grow on Instagram. Like, that's my niche, right? Helping you guys go viral and helping you guys get more views and basically monetize your content to make more money. Whether you're an entrepreneur, content creator, an influencer, these strategies right here will help you grow tremendously, right? So a simple call to action to get them to do what you want them to do, right? So ask them to follow, ask them to share, ask them to comment, or ask them to like. Whichever metric you want them to do, that's what you're gonna ask either at the beginning or at the end of your videos, right? And I'm gonna show you guys some tips and tricks that you guys could do in order to get them to do these things and stay within the whole length of your video, right? But again, I highly recommend that you get them to follow, right? Get them to follow first, and then, because they'll come back and see the rest of your content. Like I said, like is at the bottom of the spectrum, right? We don't really care too much about likes. It's not going to affect your video or help it go viral in any way, shape, or form. We want them to follow and share. Now, here's a key thing, right? You don't want to ask them to do too many things. Typically, you want to ask them to do one thing specifically, right? So what I would recommend, like I said, is get them to follow. Don't say, oh, make sure to like, comment, share on this video, because the more times you ask them to do something, the less likely they are to do anything, right? So what I would say is ask them to do one thing, and I would just be like, hey, make sure to follow for more tips and tricks to grow on Instagram or whatever your niche is, right? Just ask for one thing, and they'll do that. They'll come back, and they're naturally going to go ahead and share this content. Now, how do you get them to share, comment, and like, right? You're going to ask them to follow, but how do you get them to do the rest of these things? Well, these are 3 things that your content needs to be. This is the 3 types of content that people watch. If you are not within any of these 3 categories, you need to reconsider the type of content you're creating so that you could go viral, right? So the first thing is it needs to be entertaining, right? There has to be some type of entertaining value going on, right? Or you have to be adding value to your followers. You have to be giving them value in some shape of or way or form, right? So how to do something, how this is gonna make their life better, right? Whether it's a product or a service, whatever you guys offer, you need to add value, right? And then it needs to be relatable. So it has to either be entertaining, it has to be valuable to them, or it has to be relatable. Your content needs to fall under one of these things. So you need to figure out what type of content you're putting out and how it can hit one of these 3 things. And this is what's going to get people to like, follow, share, and comment on all of your content, so that it pushes your content to go viral and the algorithms are favoring your type of content, right? So these are the metrics to help you get more engagement. And then again, what you need to focus on your content is watch time, guys. That if there's anything you guys take from this, is just focus on getting people to watch the entire length of your video. And what I recommend is go to your insights. In each platform, it tells you when there's a drop off in your content, right? And every niche is different, right? So there's people in the fitness niche, there's people in the food niche, cooking, it doesn't matter. Each niche has its own length of content that works best. And the best way to figure this out is go to your insights, right? and then see when people are currently dropping off in your content. So if you have a 30-second video, go to your insights and see when they fell off, right? There'll be a graph like this, and it'll either go up because people are watching the entire length of your content, or it's gonna go down and drop off. So if at 12 seconds, that's when the majority of your followers started to drop off and swipe away, then you need to start looking at making content that's about 12 seconds long, right? Where they're gonna watch 100% of that video, and now you're gonna start getting pushed into the algorithm, which means you're gonna start going viral. Let me see what they say here. Yeah, I appreciate that, guys. Yeah, make sure you guys keep sharing any of this content that is valuable to you or a friend or anything like that has a business or anything like that. Go ahead and share it with them. I promise you it'll make a big difference when it comes to content and going viral and helping them make a ton of money on their business or whatever they're doing, right? So the next thing I want to talk about, guys, right? We went over how to get good watch time, how to get the engagement, how to get people to do this, and then what are the rankings, right, of the engagements, right? Follow, share, comment, like, and obviously follow is at the top, right? So we went over that, and then we went over the key metrics to go viral. And the main two key metrics that any platform favors is watch time and engagement, okay? Now, a hack to make it easier for you to get people to watch the entire length of your content is very simple, right? In the beginning of your videos, you need to promise them something at the end, right? So for example, in my niche, if I'm telling you what are the 3 best times to post, what are the 3 best times to post on Instagram that will help you go viral, I'm gonna say something like, hey guys, I'm gonna give my hook to get you to stop and start watching this video. And then next thing is gonna be something like, all right guys, here's the 3 best times to post, and the last one is by far the best one, so make sure you guys stay to the end of the video because it'll make a big difference. Do you see how in that script right there I said stay till the end because that last one is the best time? So now that's gonna force you to watch the entire length of that video so that you could get the best information at the end, right? So you need to add value and promise somebody something that they're gonna get at the end, but you actually need to give it to them, right? Don't promise them something at the end and then don't give it to them and leave them hanging, because that's gonna make them unfollow and not want to see any more of your content, right? So that's a quick hack to get someone to watch the rest of your content. And if you guys are in any specific niches or anything like that, you guys could drop them in the comments, and I'll give you guys free hooks and stuff like that you guys could use in order to go viral and stuff like that, so that you guys can help boost your content. There's certain story strategies that you guys could use, but this right here is the base of how to go viral on your social media platforms. Right, this is what I want you guys to focus on more than anything, is how can you get somebody to watch the full length of your video. And like I said before, hooks, transitions, B-roll, text on screen, and pop-ups. Every 1 to 3 seconds you need to have something going on in your video, something new, a change of scenery, text on screen, pop-ups, B-roll. Because think about, and the best analogy I could give is, have you guys ever had a little brother or little sister who is really young and they're standing up close to the TV like this? Right? They're standing up close. Why do you think they're doing that? It's because they're looking at something that's going on in the screen, but it's keeping their attention. So what you guys need to understand is, in America specifically, 55% of Americans read below a 6th grade level. So you need to be able to keep your content short and simple. It needs to get to the point. So if a 6th grader can't understand your content, then you probably need to dumb down your content a little bit so that more and more people can understand it and they're gonna share it to their friends. I know that's a bad stat, guys, but it's the truth. A lot of people, their attention span is really, really bad, and you could thank TikTok for this, which I'm not saying it's a bad thing, guys, because short form content has taken over, right? So if you have something going on every 1 to 3 seconds, I promise you guys it'll be a game changer and your content will start to do well, right? So that's a quick hack. If you guys have any questions too about any type of content that you guys are in, please let me know. I have hooks that I could give you guys. So if you guys want to personally DM me, if you guys have a business or anything like that you guys are running, let me know, and I'll send you guys 15 different hooks that are proven to work within your videos that will get people to stop scrolling and watch your content, right? These hooks, I've looked at all of the stuff that has gone viral on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and I gathered a whole collection of hooks that work, guaranteed, that will get people to stop scrolling and watch and see what you're talking about, right? So that's the most important part, guys, is the hooks. Because if you don't get them to stop scrolling, then it doesn't even matter. The rest of what you did, you could have a nice video that you produced that's 30 seconds long, but then you watch the first 3 seconds because you didn't really focus in on the hook, right? So that's really, really important. If you guys want some advice when it comes to the hooks, because I know they are so important, there's 3 things you guys could do, right? You could start off with a question. For example, you want to hit their pain point. So let's use fitness as an example, right? One hook that I would use is, are you tired of not being able to lose all that excess weight, right? Are you tired of being overweight and you don't know how to lose those extra pounds? Like, that right there is a question, all right? You're hitting their pain point. Are you tired of being this? Are you tired of being that? Do you want to fix this, right? It's something that they want to fix, and you're hitting that. So they're going to stop because you're relating to them, right? So that's a quick hook that you could use to get them to basically tap in with you. Another one is adding fear, right? So another thing is that most people respond more to fear than anything because they're scared, right? So example, if you're not doing these 3 workouts, it's the reason why you're gonna gain 10 pounds, right? You see how I invoked fear in that hook? That's a really good hook because people are like, oh, they're gonna stop to see that video to see if they are doing those 3 workouts, right? Because if not, they're scared that they might gain weight. And if someone's in the fitness niche, which that's the audience that you're hitting, right, they're gonna stop to watch the rest of that content. So that's another one. And the last one is a staggering stat, right? People love numbers, right? So you want to hit them with a big stat in the beginning. Use these 3 ideas or these 3 hooks, and I promise you it'll make a big difference in your content. For example, we're gonna stick with the fitness niche, right? Here, another one where you put in a number where people will stop is, here's how to lose 30 pounds in 10 days, right? So 30 pounds is a lot of weight to lose, right? Especially in such a short amount of time. So that's a really good hook to use because people are gonna want to learn how to do that because it's not really heard of, right? You can't do that. So if you use those 3 hooks, guys, alone, that type of style, I promise you that's going to get someone to stop scrolling on their For You page or whatever and get to watch your content. Which, when they're invested in the first 3 seconds, they're going to watch the rest of your video because they've already invested the 3 seconds. They want to see what's going on, right? So use those 3 hooks. I also have a whole bunch more that are proven to work. So if you guys want any of those, just DM me and I'll send you guys those hooks that you guys could personally use for your own business or your own type of content. All right. The last thing that I want to go over with you guys is hashtags, right? A lot of people, they say, oh, hashtags are what helps you go viral. Guys, hashtags are very minimal to help you go viral. If you want to go, hashtags are used for one thing and one thing only. It's to signal to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or any social media platform that you use who you want your content or your audience to be reached. All right. So who is your audience? That's how you're helping Instagram signal to, right? So example, we're gonna stick to the fitness niche, right? So if I'm using hashtag fitness, hashtag gym, hashtag workout, I'm obviously signaling to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube that that's the audience I'm trying to hit. So if your content is about that, don't be using irrelevant hashtags, right? So if you're in the fitness niche or whatever niche that you're in, don't be using hashtags that are completely irrelevant to what your niche is about, because what's going to happen is it's going to send your content to the wrong person and who's not even interested in fitness, and what's going to happen? They're going to swipe away, which means your watch time gets hit, right? And which means you're not going to go viral because it's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube are thinking, okay, people are not actually interested in this type of content, so let's stop showing it to them. Why? Because their goal is to keep people on the platform, right? They want to keep people on the app. So if you're not giving them valuable information or valuable content that they like, they're not going to keep serving them content that they don't like because it's going to invoke them to leave the app. They want to keep people on the app for as long as possible. So make sure that you're making content that people, your audience, it actually likes and messes with, right? So example, if you're in the fitness niche, you always want to hit, hey, how to get abs, right? How to get biceps, how to lose weight, because that's all what people who are in the fitness niche are going to be interested in. Who hopped in here? Oh, appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that, Isaiah. But listen, guys, so those are the main things that that you guys need to focus on. If there's anything that you guys could take away from this live, in the beginning, the foundation is really, really important. Focus on your hooks. get somebody to stop within the first 3 seconds of your video. And then the second thing is your watch time. How to get someone to watch the entire length of your video, okay? And then get them to do an action. Those 3 things alone, whether you're stuck at 200 views, 300 views, whatever you're stuck at, those three things alone will skyrocket your views. And then as you start to continue to produce more and more content, you're only going to get better at it. If you guys need certain platforms to help you with the editing, because I know that's a big thing. I say, hey, have pop-ups, have hooks, have B-roll, have text on screen, but you guys don't really know what platforms to use to help you edit these videos and help you do that. Well, if you want to go the free route and save some money until you start monetizing your content and making some money off your content, CapCut, guys, is a simple editing tool that you guys could use. About 85 to 90% of all of this you could do on CapCut. You don't need to pay for it. It's completely free. Now, they do have a pro version where you could get like better captions. It's like $5 or something like that. Don't quote me on that. But if you want to pay for that, pay for that. But it'll help you guys grow your content. What I use personally is Final Cut Pro and Filmora, right? So those are the 2 editing systems that I use when it comes to creating content. Thanks for tapping in, Dion. I appreciate you, brother, man. But yeah, so Filmora, CapCut, completely free. Hop in those, and I promise you guys could do any editing or any captions or anything like that, any cut-ups that you want on there, right? So that's the watch time, the engagement, anything like that. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. I will be hopping on this live again next Thursday, same time at 12 o'clock. If there's any comments or questions, anyone who hopped in there who has any questions at all about how to go viral or anything to help grow your business, make more money, and monetize your content, you guys can always DM me. Like I said, if you guys want 15 different hooks guaranteed to work to help people stop scrolling and watch your specific video, DM me and I'll send you guys that whole list, man. I enjoy giving you guys this free value, so make sure you guys go ahead and follow if you guys aren't already following, if you guys are new, and I'll tap in with you guys next time. We out of here, y'all. Appreciate you guys for tapping in.